Today's video is sponsored in memory of Miriam Bat Rachel. Tihye nishmata tzora b'tzora chaim began eden tihye menuchata. Rivka Imenu is pregnant. It says Vayitrotzetzu habanim bekirba. And these twins, there seems to be a struggle within her. Vatomer im ken, she says, if so, lama ze anochi? Why am I? Ramban says, lama ze anochi ba'olam? Why do I exist? I shouldn't have been born. I wish I would have died. Very strange reaction to labor pains. And more than that, Pasuk says, Vatelech lidrosh et Hashem. She went to seek out a Navi to understand what's going on inside her. You need to ask that question if you're in labor pain. And the response is even more interesting. Response is, you have two nations within your midst. Why is that satisfying? Two different nations going in two opposite directions. Why does that make her feel better? So to understand these questions, I'm going to ask you one more question. Last week's parasha, Abraham charges Eliezer to go find a wife for Yitzchak, to find Rivka. The question is, why did he send him down to his family, to his father's household? Avraham Avinu was persecuted and had to run away from his home. He was thrown into a burning furnace. Wherever he went, he was chased. They tried to kill him. He gets to the land of Israel, land of Canaan. He's welcomed with open arms. Nasi Elokim b'ta bedochenu, you're a prince of God amongst us. He makes followers wherever he goes. He begins to teach, and he builds a whole nation, a whole group of followers that makes them monotheists, believers in God. Shouldn't he pick up a wife from there? Not from a place where he's persecuted and wants to be killed? So the Ran in his Drashot has a fascinating idea. And he says, philosophies, beliefs, are not necessarily passed down from parents to children. Parents may believe one thing and the children can believe something else, have a different philosophy or outlook on life. But he says character traits, that's passed down in your DNA from generation to generation. And the character traits of the people of Haran, they may have been idol worshippers, pagans, and persecuted Avraham Avinu. But they had one quality about them. They were people who were steadfast, who had strong backbone, and stood up for what they believed in. Some guy comes and preaches something different. They're not going to follow him. They know what they believe in. They are people with backbone and strength of character. You get to Canaan, land of Israel. Avinu begins to preach and invites people into his tent, gives them a little food, and he inspires some inspiring message, and they change their life and they begin to follow him. What happened to all these people after Abraham dies? We see very little mention of them. They disappeared. Abraham inspires them one day, they believe this. Abraham leaves and they go back to believing something else. The people with no backbone, don't believe anything, don't stand for anything. People who are wishy-washy, no strength of character. We're going to build a Jewish nation that's going to stand for thousands of years and not waver. An onslaught of persecution, both religious and spiritual. We need to go back to my family, my birthplace, where people who have a strength of character, backbone, stubborn, who stand for what they believe in, and not people of Canaan, who have no backbone and stand for nothing. So Rivka is specifically chosen from her family because she has that midah, that attribute. But Rivka, thinking she's pregnant, doesn't know at first she has twins. And she feels a struggle within her. And as she says, she would pass a place of study and one child, Yaakov, would jump out. And she would pass a place of idol worship and avodah zarah, and the other child tries to jump. And she thinks it's one child. And this child who's being pulled in two directions. This child who doesn't stand for anything. He's back and forth. She says, that's the case, lama ze anochi. Why me? Why do they have to pick me to build a Jewish nation when I'm going to have a child like this? Once she hears, no, shne leumim bebitnech. You have two children in your womb. Ushne leumim imayich viparedu. And the two nations are going to split from within you. There's two of them. One is in one direction, one's in the other. Then she was satisfied. Rivka is chosen because a person with her character and strength can build a nation that's going to last until the end of time. We're known as stubborn Jews. And in a sense, it's a great quality. Am keshe oref. We are a stubborn nation. And that's what's preserved us for all these thousands of years. We have to be steadfast. People with a backbone. People who stand for what they believe in. And the winds of time are not going to waver us. No matter what's going on around us in the world. We know who we are. We know what we stand for. We know what we believe in. Shabbat Shalom.